All right, well, welcome to Aalborg Metal Festival.
Thank you very much.
What's it like? How have you been received so far?
I always love coming here, chilling out. You always have good beer, good people, and good vibes. So, I mean, I receive it well.
Good.
Yeah, right on.
How do you look forward to playing here?
I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty rad. You know, as I said, I remember when we were here with Dying Fetus and Job for a Cowboy, we played at like a real cool like DIY type venue, and it was actually like the raddest show of that tour. People were going ape shit. So
sweet.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what happens tonight.
Well, judging by how it was last night, I think they'll probably go pretty ape shit.
Pretty crazy. How was Black Dahlia, man? They crush it.
It was nuts.
They kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
And then Hatebreed afterwards.
Oh, dude, totally awesome.
Trashed it.
Yeah, those guys are the shit.
I know. So you just released your new album Deathless. How has it been received?
People like it, man. Apparently, it's done really good in reviews, and new songs are going over well live, and people, you know, have positive things to say about it. So we're grateful on that because, you know the deal. Every time you do a record, you're just like, I hope they like it. I hope they like it. And okay, cool. It worked out this time. So, yeah.
How do you view the progress that you've had in sound over the years? Since your first album, or maybe even since the one you did with Scion?
Yeah, well, I mean, I joined the band 2 years ago. My first time recording with the band was with the Scion EP. And, I mean, for me, it was a whole different style of playing bass and, like, fitting my tone into the tones of, like, you know, Dave and Dan and, like, what they're doing, because it's a real guitar-heavy band. Before, when I was playing, it was, like, a real bass-fronted thing in my old project. So it was really cool to kind of, like, find my way and like mellow into it, and this is like the first record that we've done that I felt fully comfortable, like tone wise, performance wise, you know, preparation wise, things like that. It wasn't like we actually had like a couple months to really go over the material instead of like, all right, 3 weeks, let's go, boom, done deal, you know.
In my ears, so to speak, it sounds a little bit like you've have less of a thrash influence on the new one and more of a death metal influence. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, man, I'll agree with that. And it's pretty much, you know, Dave and Dan are the main songwriters, so whatever they're pumping out at the moment, that's going to be what the record is. And, like, we just add, you know, our little spice on top of it, but who knows? You never know what's going to come next. It's, like, pretty much whatever those guys are feeling, whatever their influence, and, like, I could tell they've been listening to a lot of, like, black metal and shit like that, so who knows what's going to happen next.
So what's your part in the songwriting? How do you take part in it?
Pretty much like I live in New Jersey, Dan lives in New York, and Dave and Phil live in Boston. So they'll like email over some tunes, like some skeletons and structures, and you take a look at it, you listen to it, you know, write parts where necessary, or follow the groove where necessary, then go up to Boston and talk to the dudes like, hey, I'm feeling this, that, what do you want here? And it's pretty much like, hey, what are you thinking of this instrument doing here? And they say either I want it to be this way, I want it to be this way, or I want you to do your own thing, and pretty much like that's our part. So it's pretty rad, man.
So do you feel like it's enough of a dynamic when you do it online? Like when you live far away from each other, does it create a different dynamic than if you were living in the same town, for instance?
We deliver rough ideas far away, but then we do get together in the room quite often. Like when we're about to do a record, I'll go up there maybe like 6 times. It's a 4-hour drive. I'll go up there maybe 6 times in a couple months, you know, do a couple jams at a time, focus on them, get them right in the room. Because you don't want to sit down and track something that doesn't feel right or doesn't feel organic. It's gotta sit well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
speaking of organic, is that how you record as well? In a live setting, kind of organic?
No, we track it, you know, pretty much like how everyone's doing it right now, but with, you know, doing it our own way. You know, sit down. We got to work with Zeus on this past record, and that was a real treat. He's a great guy to work with, great producer, and he's got a great set of ears on him. So we, you know, just sit down, do a couple takes, you know, comp what you need to, do whatever you got to do, and, you know, just make sure that you have the right product on the final thing.
And for this record, you changed your record label from Relapse to Metal Blade. How has that been for you?
I mean, great, man. We loved working with Relapse, and we love working with Metal Blade. It's just, you know, we saw, you know, got an opportunity to do some change. We took it, moved on, I'm still working with Relapse with another band that I'm doing, so there's absolutely no bad blood. Like, those guys are our homies and our brothers. So, but Metal Blade's been really, really great to us, and it's, you know, you get a bit more, you know, international help as well with Metal Blade. So it's been pretty cool, man.
Okay, so it's to sort of enhance your market, so to speak.
I guess, so to speak. I mean, it's Metal Blade's one of the biggest labels, you know, in metal right now. So, you know, when we got that offer, we're like, yeah, that'd be pretty rad, and we just went with it. So.
But no hard feelings.
No, not at all, guys. Man. I love the Relapse guys are family to me still.
So you're on tour right now with Cannibal Corpse and Aeon. How's it been so far?
Pretty much my favorite tour that I've done up to date. You know, the shows have been slamming. We've toured with the Aeon guys before when we did Summer Slaughter last year, and we got really close with those dudes. So it was really cool to come out and, you know, party with them on their own turf. You know, they get to show us a good time, and Cannibal guys are super rad, and, you know, it's pretty much everything that we could ever ask for.
So they're good guys to share confined spaces with.
Oh, totally, man. It's everyone, because, you know, everyone's been at it for a while, you know, not as long as Cannibal, of course, but, you know, once you get to a certain point, you just get in a certain way of life, and you know who to avoid, when to avoid them, when you need personal space, and things like that, so.
How do you view or handle the business aspect of your music? Do you do a lot of it yourself, or do you have agents that help you out?
We have agents and management, and then all our internal stuff we handle ourselves, and then, you know, pass along the numbers to whoever needs them. That's the way we do it.
Getting back to the touring, you're in Europe now. What's the next tour, and when?
We're going to Asia right from here. So we'll be doing Beijing, Shanghai, Bangkok, and then Singapore. And then right from there, we're going to go to Australia. And right before this, we did a full U.S. tour, which had, like, we literally ended the tour in Texas, drove 30 hours to the airport, and got on the plane and came here. So
it's pretty intense.
Yeah, we're on a really long stretch right now, and, like, I mean, I don't know, I haven't shaved in a while. You could probably tell that, but.
So when was the last time you were at home?
I don't remember, man, to be honest. I haven't thought about that in a while. I mean, I guess today, because home is wherever I'm at this point in time.
Yeah. Are you enjoying that sort of that life on the road?
Yeah, man. If it were up to me, I'd never call a place home. I'd always be kind of floating around doing whatever. But you have to have the means to be able to do it. And, you know, right now I do, and it's, like, booked, but I enjoy it a lot.
How do you get those means?
You practice for 20 years and don't talk to anybody for a long time, and then you freak out once in a while.
But you how do you earn money in music these days?
You have to really watch your bottom line, which is, like, I think a lot of bands don't really. A lot of people say, like, fuck that, I want to do a DIY, I want to do this, and what you really need to do is, you could say, fuck it, I want to do it DIY, but, you know, really do it yourself and really manage it yourself and watch what's coming in, watch what's going out, stack your data, you know what you're going to sell, where you're going to sell it, and be able to keep the tight books and also keep it legit so that your taxes are proper, so that nobody goes to jail or loses money in the future. Like, you really have to be focused on what you're doing and really kind of into the business of it.
What's your ambitions as a band?
We just want to play and see how far we can take it and grow and write music. And, you know, if opportunities keep presenting themselves, we're going to take them. You know, and if they fail to do so, then you figure something else out.
Mm-hmm. Are you already writing new tracks for a new album?
Yeah, I mean, Dave's probably got it done already, man.
He's a workhorse.
Yeah, he's always. I'm like, what's up, man? I'm like, you got jams? And he's like, don't worry about it, man. Ready to go. So
nice.
It's pretty righteous, man. Really, really grateful to be on a team of hardworking dudes, because everybody's really dialed in, really focused. It's about the fans, the performance, the records, the music, and, you know, the future. So that's kind of what we're all about.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing you guys tonight.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot for coming.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.